Hello everyone! Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessie, and today we are going to be reacting to the National's new album. One second, it's a really long title. First 2 pages of Frankenstein. I am most excited to learn what the heck that means. Like, I guess we're talking about the book, like Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. Is this whole album going to take us through those first 2 pages? What happens in the first 2 pages of Frankenstein? You know, that might have been some really helpful background information. Maybe I should have looked that up before starting this video. Well, too late now. So for those who don't know, I am a singer-songwriter myself, and my most recent single, Gravity, just came out. The music video is on my channel now. You can watch it here. And exciting news, my brand new single, Test the Water, is going to be coming out Friday, May 9th. Roll the snippet!
Was it all a lie? Does he really not realize what he's done? Or did he truly think he could love me, then call me the crazy one? So is it all on me if this tsunami leaves me washed up on the shore? So I test the water.
So if you like what you hear, it would mean the whole world if you could pre-save or pre-order Test the Water. The link for that is in the description. And I'm also gonna link like my Instagram and all my social media down below as well. But yeah, before we start the video, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you get notified every time that I post. And give this video a like if you end up liking it. All right, let's do this. As a Swiftie who has recently become like, so obsessed with Aaron Dessner's production from Folklore and Evermore. Well, not recently. I've been obsessed with it for years now. But like recently learning about Aaron Dessner from Taylor Swift, I'm just so excited to like delve into his music. Okay, so the first song is called Once Upon a Poolside, and it's featuring Sufjan Stevens. Okay, let's listen.
Don't make this any harder. Everybody's waiting. What was the right thing you said to me? I'll follow you everywhere while you work the room. What was the right thing you said to me? Everything is different. Why do I feel the same?
I love that lyric. Everything is different. Why do I feel the same? I have experienced that so many times. No matter how many things change in your life, you're the consistent person throughout that. A lot of people, me included, have this notion that like if something changes externally, it will help to help things change internally, and that can be true, but you take yourself with you wherever you go. And I think in my 23 years of life, something that I've learned is whenever I think like this thing is going to change everything, that's rarely true. It changes a lot of things, but you're still who you are, and you're still changing ever so slightly as you go along through life. And I just really appreciate the honesty of that lyric.
This is the closest we've ever been.
I love those drums.
This any harder?
Oh my god! Oh my goodness, that was so stunning. No! I'm so excited. This was exactly what I was hoping for from The National. Now I understand why Taylor Swift is so obsessed with them. And also why she like asked Aaron Dessner to come along like on the Folklore and Evermore projects. I wonder like what this whole album is really about, because I'm going off of the title and I'm wondering if it's about like this idea of like creating a monster, or maybe not even a monster, but like creating someone new from someone old, and kind of having an epiphany, or having like really fast growth all at once, and having an event kind of intrinsically change you to where you feel like you're a slightly different person from the person that you were. Why do I feel like this is literally going to also be my comfort album along with Gracie Abrams' new album? I mean, that makes sense because Aaron Dessner like produced that as well. Wow, wait, I'm realizing that I really love Aaron Dessner. Okay, let's listen to track 2, Eucalyptus. Oh yes!
What about the glass dandelion? What about the TV screen? You should take it. I'm only gonna break it.
Wait, what are we taking? Let me look at the lyrics. What about the moon drop light? You should take it because I'm not gonna take it. Is this like a breakup? And he's saying like, which of these things are you gonna take versus which of the things am I gonna take? Because when the song started, I thought it was more of a melancholic nostalgia of like, what about all the things that were kind of older that we don't use as much anymore? Like an undeveloped camera and a TV screen instead of like watching Netflix on your laptop. I wonder if it's a mixture of both, if it's kind of this like, what about all the things that we used to have that were kind of more prevalent in the old days? So it's nostalgia, not only for a better time, but also for this ending relationship. Ooh, I don't know, let's keep listening. Ooh, you should take it. If I miss it, I'll visit. I don't know why that particular lyric stands out to me so much, but it does. I guess it's kind of this way of being like, I'm trying to end this part of my life that's not good for me anymore, but still having that like reassurance of like, if I want to go back, I can sometimes. Sometimes in order to like leave something, there needs to be a door that's slightly ajar, allowing you to potentially go back in if you want to, because sometimes leaving without that opportunity is too stressful and scary. But when you have that opportunity, and you know in the back of your mind that you can go back to it, it kind of, you know, gives you more courage to like move on, and then you kind of don't end up going back anyway. Oh, okay, let's continue. Ooh, guitar solo. I don't believe you. No, stop. I don't want it. It wouldn't be fair. It'd be so alone without you there. All of these amazing memories, if they come home with me, they are going to be so alone because you're not there too. They should go with you because you're happier and you're not alone and you're okay. Those memories will flourish with you, but they'll just die and be painful with me, and they'll turn into something ugly. Oh my God, they're geniuses. Oh my God. It's almost like they personified these memories. Almost like a child or a dog. Like, I can't take it because it'll be so alone with me, and I can't be happy enough to keep those memories happy. I'm obsessed. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot. I usually will like part the songs that are my favorite, and just like sound wise, definitely Once Upon a Poolside was like everything to me, so I'm gonna give that one a heart. I loved Eucalyptus too, but I think Once Upon a Poolside was just like, oh my God. Okay, let's move on to track 3, New Order t-shirts.
Now you tapped on a box of blue American spirits. I keep what I can of you. Split-second glimpses and snapshots and signs.
This is so random, but one of the lyrics, it says kicking off your black flats. And like, I just feel like these must be really good guys. This is so... Okay, bear with me. I feel like you can trust a man who knows what flats are. Cause like, I feel like most men, if they saw like flats, like ballerina flats, like would not know what they're called. They're just like, oh, like your shoes. But they specifically were like flats. Maybe this only makes sense in my head. Anyway. Holding a cat! Are they talking about Taylor Swift?
You rescued me from the customs cops in Hawaii. Keep what I can of you. Split-second glimpses and snapshots and signs. Telling somebody that maybe they're better off leaving than staying in there alone.
Okay, we have to talk about that lyric. You in a bath on the phone, telling somebody that maybe they're better off leaving than staying in it alone. For me, I think they're talking about this woman who's like giving her friend advice, being like, you should leave this relationship because it's better that you leave the relationship than to be in the relationship all alone. Because sometimes being in a relationship that's not good for you can feel more lonely than actually being alone. Because being alone and being lonely are two very different things. You can be alone and not feel lonely, and you can feel lonely and not be alone. And I think that's such like a beautiful way of expressing that.
Now you look like a poster of a 70s movie. I keep what I can of you. Talking to a shark in a corner.
I love their imagery. You can really picture everything that they're saying, and there is a bit of like cheekiness and comedy to it, which I appreciate as well. That one was so cute. Okay, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this next one. This Isn't Helping, featuring Phoebe Bridgers. I really do enjoy Phoebe Bridgers. I listened to Punisher and I really did like it, and I want to do a Boy Genius reaction. My producer and bestie Emma Whale was like, you need to react to Boy Genius, and it like Phoebe Bridgers is in it, and I was like, Phoebe Bridgers is in it? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, what? So I'm really excited to go back and react to that one. But right now we're gonna react to This Isn't Helping featuring Phoebe Bridgers. Oh, this is pretty.
I cannot believe what you get away with. You find beauty in anything. It isn't fair, you never look like you're trying, as if you couldn't care any less. This isn't helping at all. You say that this doesn't have to hurt. You say that it's all your fault, 'cause I only have two things to say to you. This isn't helping.
That was beautiful. I'm wanting to look at the lyrics like as I listen, but it looks like there aren't lyrics to this song yet on Spotify, which happens. Some of my songs also like don't have lyrics yet, and I'm like, why? Please put the lyrics on my song. That was gorgeous. Obviously, like with any feature, I always hope that they like have their own verse. So I was hoping that Phoebe would have her own verse, but her voice was kind of used like as an instrument in that song, and I thought it was really beautiful. Okay, let's move on to track 5, Tropic Morning News. What? Is this the correct album? Is this the correct band? What in the switch up? Okay, let's just casually start that over. Now that I'm like over the shock of that. All right.
I wasn't starting yet. I didn't even think you were listening. You wait around in the conversation. I get in and start stumbling through. I didn't have my face out yet, or the roll or the feet.
Biggest relate of the century. Wow, these lyrics really hit close to home. These might be my favorite lyrics of the album so far. I wasn't starting yet. I didn't even think you were listening. I wasn't ready at all to say anything about anything interesting. Oh my gosh. It's like the anxiety of entering a conversation with a person who you care about what they think of you, and you're like, oh my god, I have to talk now. It's a thing you have. You just don't know that you do it. You wait around in a conversation while I get in and start stumbling through it. It's that feeling of like feeling like you have to carry on the conversation, and you're like, oh my god, there cannot be any awkward silences. I'm so scared, I'm so nervous, and the other person just sitting there so casually, not caring, just like having a good time, just like wanting to talk to you and like being chill and not worrying about like awkward silences or not worrying about like what you think of them. It can be so intimidating to have a conversation with someone like that when they're so calm, cool, and collected, and you feel like, oh my gosh, what am I doing here? This particular lyric, I didn't have my face on yet, or the role or the feel of where I was going with it all. I was suffering more than I let on. That hit so close to home. I've said this in some of my videos before, but I don't mention it often unless it like kind of comes up, but I am autistic. I was diagnosed a while ago. What he's describing so perfectly here is masking, which is when you mask who you are and take on this other role that you've made up in your head to try to get people to like you more. It's like a coping mechanism. It's not like you're like consciously trying to lie to people. Sometimes you don't even most of the time actually, I don't even realize that I'm doing it until I've gone home and I'm like, that was not me at all. I just felt like I had to be that way. It was like the only way I felt I knew how to be in that moment. And everyone masks. Every single person does it. It's just that autistics do it like all the time, like way more often, and like can't get through a social interaction without masking, and the masking is like way more intense and severe. When you try to unmask, you can't, because you don't even know who you are in the context of other people. Like sometimes I feel like the only time I'm truly being myself is when I'm just alone in my head. He's just describing what having a conversation with someone that you care what they think about you as an autistic person is like. Okay, anyway, let's continue.
Something went off on its own, my dumb automatic.
My dumb automatic that lyric, oh my god. Oh, where are all the moments we'd have? Maybe I'm wrong about this, but how I read this is that they're talking about like the future. All the moments that we would have had I not screwed this up. Like all the moments that I thought of in my head that we would one day have, we're not going to. It reminds me of in Gold Rush when Taylor Swift is like, that coastal town we never found, we'll never see a love as pure as it. All of the like things that you plan in your head that you know will never happen now because of like one like awkward conversation. Why do I relate to this song so heavily? That's so sad.
You found the slush in my cellar. You made it sound so intelligent.
Oh my gosh, that one was so good. Lyrically, it was definitely my favorite so far. I really love this particular lyric. You found the slush in my sentiment. You made it sound so intelligent. He's saying like, I couldn't find the right words to describe what I was trying to say. And so you said it for me. Like, you know, when you're talking to someone, sometimes I'm this person, sometimes the other person is that person, where I'm trying to like explain something to someone and I just like can't find the right words. And then they're like, oh, like you mean like this? And I'm like, yes, that's exactly what I was trying to say. Thank you so much. It's so precious when someone like can understand you even when you're not like talking right and you're feeling like, oh, I just like can't do anything right, and they still like get what you're trying to say. That's just like so special. I love that one. I'm definitely giving that one a heart. Oh! Okay, number 6 is called Alien.
Try not to worry, there's a voice over. Drop down out of the clouds, you're a drop down like an alien. I think I like it here, so I'm gonna let them forget us.
I think I like it here, so I'm gonna let them forget us. This song also doesn't have the lyrics on Spotify, but I like caught that one and I love that. This feeling of like, I just want to stay with you. I don't care if anyone outside of us sees me or even knows I exist because you do. Whoa. Also, the production on this one is like one of my favorites. It's so beautiful, and like I'm a sucker for strings and I can hear the strings in the background and I'm absolutely loving it.
Drop down out of the clouds, you're a
Woo! Guitar! Ooh, that was good. Oh my gosh. Okay. A moment of silence, please. The next one is track 7. And this is the one that I am most excited for, obviously, because it's featuring Taylor Swift and it's called The Alcott. What is an Alcott? I don't know. Okay, let's listen. This is so beautiful.
I get myself twisted in threads to meet you at the Alcott. There you are, sitting as usual with your golden notebook, writing something about someone who used to be me.
Writing something about someone who used to be me. There is nothing that scares me more than people remembering me as the person that like I used to be. When I think about some people who like I haven't talked to or like seen in so long, I'm just like, oh my god, like they don't know who I am anymore. Like their mental image of me is so different from who I actually am right now. And that is like a scary thought. And it feels like he's watching this person like sitting there writing about the person that he used to be. Oh my gosh, this is so good.
And the last thing you wanted is the first thing I do.
Oh my god.
I tell you my problems, you tell me the truth.
Oh my god. Oh, Taylor.
I had to do something to break into your golden thinking.
She did not just say your golden thinking. BRB gotta go cry. This is just absolutely stunning. Her background vocals are adding so much to it. Oh my god, I think this is genuinely my favorite song of the album so far. Just because she's adding so many beautiful layers like in the production that is missing to me in all the other songs. And it's just so stunning. Like I need her in every song. There's also that line of like, I tell you my problems and you tell me the truth. When you have like that deep of a love with someone and they feel comfortable enough not to just be like, oh, it's fine, or you did the right thing, but to like tell you the truth about the situation, to like face up to you and be like, you did this wrong, like if I'm being completely honest. Just that element of honesty is like so important, and you have to have such a close relationship with someone to accept honesty from them.
It's the last thing you want. It's the first thing I do. I'll ruin it for you.
Shred my evening gown.
I think I'm falling back in love with you.
No, oh my gosh. When they said, did my love aid and abet you? Like, stop it right now. I was giving such like exile vibes with the back and forth between them. It was just so stunning. That honestly has to be my favorite song off the record. Like, obviously, like, yes, Taylor's in it, but like, I just feel like she added such beautiful layering to it. It felt so atmospheric and I just loved it. I'm totally giving that one a heart, obviously. Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence in this album, Taylor Swift. Thank you so much. Okay, let us move on to track 8, Grease in Your Hair. Tell me why the first thing I thought of was like, oh, grease lightning, na 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 na. Grease lightning, go grease lightning. I don't think they ever did the sprinkler. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, Grease in Your Hair. Ooh.
Not so hard to be your person. You've got something you can reference. Don't splash apart. Everything changes. Grease in your hair. And we go on the ground. I am no more afraid. Grease in your hair. You give me such a future feel.
Ooh, that one was really interesting. I mean, that one lyric, it isn't hard to be a person when like you have like something to reference. Again, it's kind of going back to that like masking thing and almost like mimicking being a human being because you don't really know how to do that a lot of the time. Okay, this next one is called Ice Machines and it is track 9.
Cartoons from a television, whistles from the street. I don't need ice machines, I need speaker systems. What am I doing? Watching cloud. I don't need you to witness, I don't need your forgiveness. What am I doing? Watching cloud.
The sounds in that were kind of complimentary of like an ice machine. I liked it. It almost felt like there was like machinery and modernity kind of battling with nature and kind of this like existential crisis of like, what am I doing? That one was so good too. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm also so excited for number 10 because we get a double treat from Phoebe Bridgers. Like, excuse Phoebe Bridgers. Your mind is not your friend. So excited for like another feature with Phoebe Bridgers. Like, how did we get this lucky? This is so pretty.
Your imagination is in an awful place. Don't you understand? Your mind is not your friend again.
Okay, I'm really liking this one. It's so true about like your mind is not your friend. Like your mind plays such tricks on you. And like I have a degree in psychology, neuroscience, and behavior, but my focus was on like evolutionary psychology. And it's so true. Like we have so many residual things from back in like evolutionary times. Anxiety comes from like, you know, not wanting to get eaten by a bear. It's interesting because our biology has not caught up to where we are in society. So it can be really helpful to know when your mind is playing tricks on you and to know that like it's not your fault. You just are experiencing things that your body is like meant to experience. You've literally evolved to experience life in this way. And I really like that they're kind of almost talking about that in this song. Okay, let's continue.
Don't you understand? Your mind is not your friend again. You inherited a fortune from your mother's side. Your sister didn't get it at all. She survived.
Oh Oh my god, this idea of like you inherited this from your mother's side, but your sister didn't get it. She survived. Like it's talking about probably like depression and like anxiety. Oh my god, that's such a good way of putting it. Like inheriting something that you don't want. Oh my god. This song is so genius. This is one of my favorites. Can you like hear the rain just pattering in the background? Oh, what a perfect day to be listening to this album. It's raining. I'm listening to The National. It's a good day. I love the piano. Oh, that was so beautiful. I'm 100% giving that one a heart. Oh, one of my favorites off the album. So good. All right, everyone. This is the very last song of the album. It is Send For Me. I'm so excited to listen to the closer and just like have listened to my very first The National album ever. Yay! All right, Send For Me.
If you're ever sitting at the airport, send for me. Send for me, whatever word. If you're ever at a glass top table, selling your ideas, and you can't even make eye contact. Send for me, whatever word. Run out to me now.
What a sweet final song. I really love that. I love the simplicity of that closer, you know? It felt like a closer. I'm not sure kind of how it ties in with the rest of the album. And I'm really intrigued to know your theories on like why is the album called First Two Pages of Frankenstein. Let me know below what happens in the first 2 pages of Frankenstein and how is this related. I really loved this album. It was obviously a very like, oh my god, my hair, what the heck? It was obviously an album with like very simple yet lush and beautiful production, and I love the simplicity of it. I love that they don't go overboard, but I also love that they experiment and they try like different things. Strawberry Morning News was so like when I first heard that I was like, what is going on? But I appreciate it so much. Yeah, that was like so good. I just listened to my first The National album. How exciting. Thank you to special guests Phoebe Bridgers and Taylor Swift. Give it up for them, people. I can see why all the girlies want Aaron Dessner as their producer. All the like cursive singing folksy girlies. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for watching this video. Stay tuned for like announcements about like gigs and stuff. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell. Give this video a like if you liked it. Give this video a like if you hated it. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, link down. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, link down below. It would mean the world if you could check out my music and pre-save Test the Water. Thank you all so much. Okay, bye. Aaron.